Hello there, beautiful people. So today we're going to be talking about the T25 too. Now, I've gotten a lot of hate for saying this before, but I really like the E4 and E3 lines. I think that they're probably two of the better tanks at tier 10. Of course, that's just a matter of opinion, and everyone's going to disagree on that, but really, of all the TDs, those are by far some of my favorites to play. So that being said, let's talk about the T25 too, because overall, it's actually not that bad of a tank. So it doesn't have a whole lot of hit points on it, so you don't want to be on the front lines. And it really doesn't have a whole lot of armor either. You have 1,081 hit points, 76 millimeters of armor on the entire front, hull and turret of your tank. 25 on the side of your turret, which means yes, you will definitely get some HE coming your way, and then 50 on the side of your hull, and that is also amplified by the tracks that you have on this tank. So really you have in some areas about 60 to 70 millimeters of armor. Not the best, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. Just be careful because you get tracked a lot in this tank. And then the rear of your tank has 25 millimeters of armor on the rear of your turret and 38 on the rear of your hull. So really protect your turret. That's your biggest weak points. And I mean, you should be just fine playing this tank. Now that being said, the firepower makes for a fantastic tank. It has almost a 3,000 damage per minute. And I wish I could say I was joking with that. A 2,704 DPM, 4.99 second reload time. I believe when you have a maxed out crew, it actually goes down to 4.8. And then the penetration is overall really solid, 185, 258, and 45, meaning really just load gold shells if you can't penetrate everyone. And if you're unfortunately against like a tier 9 heavy, you shouldn't have too hard a time penetrating, say, their lower plate or the side of their turret. That being said, the average damage, it's pretty much almost the same gun as the Hellcat in this area. 225 millimeters, I mean not millimeters, 225 alpha, sorry, with your AP, your APCR 190, and 270 with your HE. So next up would be the dispersion, 0.3 dispersion, which is really good, 10 degrees gun depression. This thing can go 56 kilometers an hour forward. So overall, it's really good. Now let me fix my ammo here. My favorite thing to do in mad games and burning games is just, you know, carry HE and heal your teammates. And I haven't played it since mad games, so of course I'm out of credits. All right, give me a second. And we are back. All right, had to go play a quick game. That being said, so for the equipment, I run my gun rammer to bring down that reload because, like I said, it has overall really good pin on it, but you could honestly run either. I also run defense system, camouflage net, of course, that's what you should be running on most every tank destroyer. Engine accelerator just to move a little bit faster, it helps out a lot, trust me. Improved assembly, enhanced gun laying drive to bring down that aim time. Refined gun so that way you can shoot on the move, because when you're in spots where you have to play peekaboo, this is really useful. Toolbox, and then consumable delivery system. Now I believe I actually have an ace replay that I will pull up for this, but let's go ahead and take this thing out for a spin because it's just really darn fun to play this tank. So I'm hoping we'll be top tier. Of course, I say that in every video, but my biggest thing is I want a map with a lot of terrain. And yeah, Hellas, one side has a really flat terrain, and the other side, we didn't get the spawn I wanted either. The other side has all these beautiful hills and hiding spots. So, oh boy, I'm getting a headache just thinking about how interesting this game's going to be. So I'm probably just going to push to the left here and hide in some of these bushes until we have a better idea of what's going on. Now I hope that we don't have a whole lot of mediums and lights go over to the right. It seems that that might just be what happens. But let's just go ahead and push up here. And let's see, it looks like there's a good bush up here. I really don't play TDs a whole lot on the Hellas map. So yeah, this could quite possibly be a first. So let's go ahead, push up here, and kind of get some distance on the bush. We don't want to be right in it because it helps out to have a little bit of distance. But let's just go ahead and load gold just in case. And why is our Annihilator just rushing in? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so I probably should be able to hit someone through this slot if anyone pulls up. That Annihilator needs to get back fast. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's aim in. High roll, high roll. Oh, low roll. Alright, that's fine. Let's see what else we can do here. Dang, I really don't like that Annihilator. Let's go ahead. Awesome. I was not expecting that to hit right away, but that's fine. Okay, yep, there we go. There's my RNG for you. My RNG never works. Just barely missed the tank. I'm gonna definitely have to get a new position, and let's see what we can do here. It might actually be a good idea to... Oh, crap, I didn't mean to fire, my bad. Let's just go ahead, pull out. Is the ARL still going to be there? No, but it looks like their Annihilator is. Let's get back and reset our camo. Why did our heavies have to do that? Alright, that's fine. Just let my turret turn. Okay, well, that's fine. I wasn't expecting that to hit anyways. Let's just go ahead, pull out here. We want to go as far around as we can, but we got to move fast because of that Annihilator. And beautiful, we only took one HE round and it did not pin. So let's hurry up and get out of here before we get slapped by a little bit of everyone. And, crap, there's really not a whole lot we can do. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead, push up here. Hopefully get around into the ARL. There we go, beautiful. And if we can pull just the ARL, or really just one of anyone around except for, you know, the Annihilator, we should be able to win overall in this. But, of course, I just had to say bring one person around and cue the Panther. Alright, there we go. And we'll just have to get as much damage as we can out here. And let's try and angle. Eat his shell. Nope, did not eat his shell. That's fine. 2K game. Yeah. Okay, it's like half an ace. Why do we have an IS-2 sitting here? Oh my goodness. Oh. Alright, onto the ace replay. Alright, so I am fairly certain that this would be the ace replay. I'm not sure if it was this or another one. I don't know. I have a lot of favorited replays on the T25 too, so let's hope I don't have to re-record this. So, honestly, it is probably one of the easier tanks to ace. Simply sit in the back, really, as you saw in the last game. Of course, in almost any tank destroyer, you're really quite reliant on your team actually doing their jobs and not having, you know, heavy tanks doing the jobs of light tanks. Like, say, that's Annihilator or IS-2 in the last game. So, honestly, the big thing with the T25 too is you are the main big gun. And if you look at my reload time, this is when I had actually first gotten it. So, this is while I still didn't have any good equipment slots purchased in this tank. All I had were max modules except for the engine. I think the engine and the tracks were still stock at this point. Not 100% on that, but it's definitely one of those tanks that you got to be careful in. So you're going to see that I am actually going to sit back here and pretty much just rely on my team to keep everyone spotted, do the spotting for me, and yeah. I remember this moment. I was like, I wonder how it would look as a rear-mounted tank. Anyways, a little embarrassing, but doesn't matter. It looks really good if it were to be a rear-mounted tank. But that being said, I'm going to push out into this bush here. And a lot of the damage we're going to get in this game is from either tracking people or people like this T29 just being out in the open. So... GG T29, I don't know. He's not going to be alive a whole lot longer, and his team's not really going to take a hint here. They're pretty much going to notice that their T29 is getting killed and decide to sit out in the open for us because suicide pact, I suppose. So we're going to go ahead and light him on fire, and we managed to take him out. And now I don't know if this next one hits, but I'm fairly certain it did. And we're just going to keep on pushing here. Now, at this point, I realized that there's a Sherman Firefly, and I was questioning whether I should go for him. But really, whenever you see a low-tier medium tank sitting out in front of you, The question, sorry, I don't know what I was going to say there for a second. The question is, should I push? And the answer is always yes. So we're going to try and push up here. At this point, I realized I could probably get some HE into him. A good chance there. So I'm going to go ahead and push up and try to drill down on him. Now, at this point, the AMX M445 is spotted again, and I have to be pretty dang cautious. So I try and put another shot into him, and I don't know why that HE didn't pin. My only thought could be that it maybe hit the track, but honest to God, who knows? So now we're going to go ahead and try and drill down on this AMX M4. Now, like I said, this is running pretty much I don't know, what was this, maybe a 75% crew. My equipment was pretty much empty, and I'm shooting primarily just standard rounds, and I can easily penetrate the AMX M4. Now, of course, the AMX M4 doesn't have the best of armor profiles, but at that distance, what was that, maybe 200 meters, I was still quite easily able to take him out. So then we're going to try and deal with this SU-152. Now, I was more than happy to take a hold down position and track him, what was that, a second time, something like that. And now I determined that it's fine to just push up on him. If he hits me with the standard round, knowing my RNG, if, you know, he ends up getting my RNG from shooting at me, he'd end up getting a low roll. Luckily, that risk was well worth it, and he wasn't able to hit me because of his poor gun depression. And then we're just going to go and take out this AMX M445. Now, he does give me a bit of a struggle here, kidding, of course. And now I can try and get around to this M4. Now, of course, with everyone kind of surrounding him, there's nothing that I can really do to get there in time. But truly a fantastic game in the tank. And I got all that just from, for the most part, sitting in the back. It's not exactly camping. It's just strategic sniping. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I mean, like I said, I've gotten hate for it before, but the E4 and the E3 are two of my absolute favorite tier 10 TDs to play. And they're probably up there with the Sheridan and the Bat Chat for me. Although they are on opposite sides of the armor and speed spectrum of the Sheridan and Bat Chat, as I said. They just really shine on the battlefield, and they're worth your time. Now, I honestly can't put into the debate of which is better, the E4 or the E3. Both, of course, have their strengths, but personally, I do prefer the E4 because of that turret. Even though you only get, I think it's like 90 degrees in each direction, it's definitely worth your time to get both, actually. And once you get the T28, of which I don't have in this account, you can then branch off onto the the T28 prototype branches off to the T28, and then you can go to the T95 and then the E3. So really, it's just a good branch. You can branch off in a couple directions and get both of these in one fell swoop, which is just a fantastic thing, because honestly, I didn't like the Jackson and the T25 AT, the AT being the better of these two. And then the T28 and the T95 are painful stock, not as bad once you get them maxed out, but it certainly takes a while. So thanks for watching. Hope this helped you out. And if you're new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing, you know, leaving a like, all that stuff. I don't have enough time in my day to rattle that stuff off, so I will see you all on the battlefield.
If I wrote you a letter, would I have a chance?